Alright guys, well welcome back to another video. If you guys are new here, please make sure to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up if you guys like what you're seeing. So duck season's over, but I've been thinking of ways to try and make my diver lines more efficient. We do a lot more shore hunting than we do layout hunting, and using the extensions on the sash weights, we don't really need them. So when we're in shallow water, like less than 6 foot of water, we have these long 25, 30 foot extensions on there, and when we reel them back up, I don't use gloves. So you're holding the sash weight and I wrap them around the sash weight. I wanted to find a better way to wrap them up and store them when we're not using them, so we don't have them tangling up and getting in the way when we're setting up or when we're putting everything away. So I've seen people with the electrical cord reels, and usually everybody uses them for their long lines, the main line. I want to try using it for the extensions, and we're going to try that real quick, see if it works. Hopefully it does, because then I can use this little trick that I found for my sash weights to put them in the milk crate. I'll be cutting up some PVC and then storing them vertically in the milk crate, and we'll see if that's more efficient. So let's go. Alright, so all my sash weights sit in this kitty litter box, and they all have a carabiner on them, and that's because we can just clip that to the end of the long line. But I have some that have the extension on them, and I'm gonna get away from using real heavy weights as you guys have seen in the past unless I absolutely need them. And I just want to be able to use these sash weights by themselves when we're on shore, and I'm going to get the ones that have the extensions on them. So this is a perfect example right here. I left these ones on the line because we were in a hurry, and now look how messed up it is. It's all caught up. So what I'm hoping is that I can put these extensions on that reel, and then I won't have this problem. And as you can see, this would be how I would wrap it around. But when you're doing that and you don't have gloves on, this line gets soaked. So if your hands don't have to get wet and all you're doing is touching that reel, that makes things a lot easier. So let's see what happens. All right, so this has a little spot right here that I think I can just clip this to. There we go. It sits semi-flat. Maybe it'll spin and I can do it. There we go. So it does sit flat, and now I can just take this and wrap it up, and hopefully it works well. I gotta figure out how I want to do this. So obviously, since I would have a line coming in, I'd be able to hold it and have a little bit of weight or an anchor at the end that would help keep this tight, and I don't have to use my hand to reel it up. But I think that's gonna work just fine. And I'm going to try it with the other one, and we'll see if it actually does work, reeling it in with the weight on it. Alright, so now I've got the weight over on the other side of the barn. What I was hoping with this is that having this loop at the end that the sash weight can clip onto and then leave it open when I'm reeling these in will allow me to clip the next one onto it, and then I have everything tight in the reel, and that works. So I'm gonna walk to the other side of the barn and tighten up this line and see if it works with the reel. That works exactly how I wanted it to. Now my hands won't get wet when we're bringing these in. Comes right up, unclip it from the sash weight, right into the bucket. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted out of it. See, now look at that mess. That's gonna take a minute. Perfect. I'm going to slip this in through the side. 4 extensions on one. I think that 4 is probably going to be the max. That's about 100 foot. The electrical cord reel box says that's good for 125 foot. I might be able to fit one more on there, but since I have 4 lines that use 2 apiece, I've got 8 extensions, and if I can just keep 2 reels, they're only $10 on Amazon, 2 reels, and have these take up a lot less space in the boat, and they're kind of by themselves, and if we don't need them, then we don't have to use them and get our hands all wet. So I'm pretty excited about this. This is going to work out really nicely next year when we're using the Longline extensions on the weights for deeper water, and then when we're on shore, we can just use the sash weights with the little 1 foot cord on them and just toss them and spread out the decoys a little bit to give us like 5 or 6 foot at the end of the line, and we'll be good to go. So I'm also noticing too that I really don't need to do the PVC slot in the milk crate like I wanted. These sash weights sit in the litter box pretty well, and it doesn't really need it. It would be nice to do the milk crate with the PVC just because it looks nice, and it would be cool, but for right now, I'm just gonna leave them like that. If I decide to do the milk crate deal, I can. Milk crate would probably hold 12 sash weights. I have 10. So really with this litter box deal, it works out pretty nice. And it's got the little go handle on it, so I don't have to worry about, I can one-hand it, you know. I'd rather one-hand it than have to two-hand the milk crate and try and get it up into the boat. Just personal preference. I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there that use the milk crates. We have litter boxes all over the place, so I'll just keep using those. They work out just fine. We're going on 3 or 4 seasons with them anyway, so they've held up, and I use it as a paint booth too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I like doing these little tips and tricks as much as I can as I'm learning them. Hopefully they're helpful for you guys. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out season 2 of the Too Many Hobbies podcast, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.